Good afternoon. Walking across my muddy, nasty old driveway. My rooster. Now, that's my apple tree I pruned up. And you can see it's starting to leaf out. Let me zoom in some to see it better. All them little leaves on her. Yeah. And the other stuff that they cleared out, starting to bloom up real good and leaf out real good. And there's a few. Now I was sidetracked for a second. Look at all this red clover. So I wish I had a bee box here. There's all kind. My yard's full of red clover, full of it. I think before too long I'm gonna get a chain and a brick, put one of my goats over here so they can have a field day. Walk over here through the yard, try not to get all muddy. Now, right here, I believe, let's see, I think that's a honeysuckle. Yeah, that's a honeysuckle. And over here is a thorn bush, well, wild rose, how you want to call it, briar bush. There's some small wild onions and a few other things. There's a nightshade sitting there. Leave that bad boy alone. And then there's more wild roses. There's another cluster right there. Now while I'm here, look at that nice stagnated water. All that green slime growing on it. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. If you zoom in, you see the little trickles in the water? I don't know if you can see that or not, but if you can't, there's a trickle through there. And somewhere through here, evidently there's, I don't want to say it's an underground spring, but it could be. Either that, or some of this excess water is like through here. Let me zoom out. Some of this excess water through here is trickling down this way. And it keeps on trickling down into the runoff. Let me see if I can zoom in. See that bird over there taking a bath. There he is. Or she. There's a bunch of robins, that little water over there. They're splashing around like it's Saturday night. It just flew off. I guess they knew I was talking about it. But over in there, on that fence line right there, I know there's blackberry bushes still there because I know where they're at. And the good thing about it is he didn't get them all when they came in here and cleared all this land out. Now, back over in there by that storage shed, there's a persimmon tree and there's a couple pawpaw trees. He didn't get them either, so that's good on my part. Of course, persimmons and pawpaws won't be good till almost fall, so that's no big deal for me. And there's all kinds of big old wild onions through here. It'd be nice to get some of them up and make a onion soup. Or cream of onion, however you want to call it. Now, this bed right here, well, container box, we get to clear that out eventually. So I gotta finish clearing this one here out. As you can see, I got some of it out. But I got about another 12 feet to go of it. Because it stopped right there and it goes all the way up to there. Because after I get all that cleared out, we're going to move this bed probably across the front section. And we're going to move this bed here probably about where let me zoom out and see it better. Where the end of this board is right here, we're going to move this bed over there. and this one's going to connect from the front of it, go across this way, and then this other one's going to connect and come down this way. Now, I kept thinking, if I do that, where am I going to plant all my hot peppers at? Where am I going to put my peppers at? But I got a container here, a container there, a container down there, and 2 containers right there. So I can put my hot peppers in them, spaced away from everything else, and I won't be contaminating my other plants with hot peppers. So that'll work out in the long run for me too. Of course, we got to clean up all this mess through here this week while it dries out real good. And when it does that, then, you know, we can start clearing this stuff out, picking these old things up and everything else that's just kind of been laying around since last summer. I'm lazy, I know. And I don't know if I showed you all or not, but I got me a new blueberry bush. There's the base of it right there. And right up here is the tip of it. It's about, I'd say it's probably about 3.5, maybe, well, 3.5 feet tall. Now the tag I have is inside the house, or the blazer, one of the two, and it says this will grow between 6 and 8 feet tall. So I'm gonna go and get me probably 2 more of these bad boys, and then have them planted out. And then I'm gonna take my smaller ones like these here, well, this one and that one right here, and that one right there. And I'm gonna put those like in a raised container because they're like a dwarf blueberry bush. They don't get very tall. Maybe if you're lucky, 3 foot tall. So I'm gonna put those containers, and I'm gonna plant my blackberries. Now look at this. This is off the plant now. If I can get this without messing up the thing. This is on the plant. Look how big and fat that one is, and that's on the plant. Now what I'm going to do is on these things here, I'm just going to let them kind of like ripen all the way, fall off, hit the soil the pot's in, and whenever I plant them in the ground, that's going to go with that, so you know it'll make another one. And here's another one. It's kind of a pinkish red right there. A couple small green ones there, and there's some small green ones. Another pinkish red one. And yeah, I'm just gonna let these basically I'm gonna let them ripen up, and they're gonna fall and hit the soil content, and I'm gonna have more plants down on top of what I already have. So that's my goal. And there's my raspberry plant. I gotta, well, let me zoom out. That's my raspberry baby. So I'm probably get me another one of them, and plant them somewhat kind of close to blackberries, but I'm not for sure yet. What I might do is over here in my side yard, coming across here, put me up a section of fence, kind of like how my goes across the driveway here, but make it a little wider where it's easier to get in and out of, and plant my raspberries somewhere between this tree and that little thing there. So we'll have it off the driveway some, so that when people pull in, they don't run over it and they don't hit it, and yada yada yada, you know the drill. There's my little wood pile that my youngest one made for me off some of the stuff we cut up. Now we still got a lot to do in the yard and a lot of cleaning up to do. We had a cookout, that's why you see remnants of plates and trash and everything else over the weekend, and it's been raining. Now here's my one bed. I'm put my what the hell am I just trying to say? This is the bed I'm gonna put my ginseng in, my seed of it, and I still got that one. This side here is kind of filled up, but I want to bring about another inch or two up, and I've got to fill in the rest of this all the way. And then after I do that, I'm gonna get that black tarping that you put for the ground and staple it on this side, and have a flap on this side. And I'm gonna get some 3 or 4 ounce fishing weights and tie into it to keep the weight down. and plus too, keep the kitties out of my bed. That way they don't dig and try to use it for a giant litter box. Since ginseng requires partially sunny and well-drained soil, before we put the dirt in, there's sticks and leaves on the bottom of it. So that'll help keep from loosening some of the dirt out of the bottom of it. Now, as you can see, I'd say that box is probably 1.5 to 2 feet tall, every bit a foot wide, and like I said, it's 16 feet long. So, you know, some of the seed I have, it will house that adequately. And once it starts doing what it should be doing, then I'll have me a good little cash crop in about 3 years. So that's about how long it takes for it to actually it'll grow and come out of the ground. But from 3 to 5 years is when the roots will actually be able to dig and make a little money off of. But it'll flower and seed all the time. So at least I'll get more seed out of it. I can go out in the woods and plant the seed, or I can take it and sell it and make a little money off of it. Now, this here, this big old blackberry bush here, it's a big fat thorn one. Think of like the seedless blackberries I have over there, but these have massive thorns on it, and this is one of the fat ones that I picked last summer. And I stuck it in the ground right here, and it's came up, and it might produce, it might not, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. And if it don't produce, then I'll just dig it up and I'll transplant it somewhere else out in the yard, and see where it goes from there. But that's about it for me. It looks, I can't tell if that's poison ivy or mint down there. It looks kind of like poison ivy. Yeah, leaves of 3. Right there. Leaves of 3, let it be. Guess I'll have to get the goats over here so he can have some fun eating that thing up. And here's another, looks like a blackberry. Right there. It's all thorny. This thing coming up. Of course, then again, no, but that's ground form. That's definitely a blackberry. I can see the thorns in it. But that's it. Quick video. Y'all have a great day.